Hello, Akku here again. Welcome back to Resonant Rise 3 test server. I am on at the minute with Liara, and I've got quite a few things I want to get through. In fact, I've got loads of things I want to get through, but I've got quite a few things I'm going to try and get through in this episode. Now, first up, nice Mr. Sice is decorated for Christmas. Thank you very much, Sice. Lovely. I love the plushies. They're really cool. And got a little Santa sleigh there, and a little Santa. Oh, check him out. Above my cows out here, I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but tree farm is eating my bushes anyway. Quite a few things I want to get on with. And there's Liara, hello. I think she was just here taking my Farmcraft research, getting an update. So yeah, quite a few things I want to get up with, get on with anyway. These are, we've seen this every time, but really need to get on with stuff. Now, actually what I want to do in this episode is I'll quickly show you quartz doubling using thaumic energistics, and then I want to get an upgraded node stabilizer made, terra agglomeration plate, and start working towards getting an alpha portal up, and that's the first step to that. Get my well of suffering on and get a soul valve to capture witches. So that's what I need to be getting on with. So I'm going to start quickly by doing a little bit of blood magic, because it's been sat there for a couple of episodes now, and I want to move it on camera. So what I've got in here, if you remember before, we made this ritual stone, ritual thing, and what I need to do is grab my crafting halo, my assembly halo, and in here, what I can do now is I'll put that there, one of them either side, block of coal, top and bottom, other way around, is it? No. Why are you not awake? Oh, because I'm an idiot. It's white will work. I am an idiot. Blocks of coal need to go in there first and become the so this was, just remember, we was waiting for tier 4 to be able to do this. When this was a tier 3 altar, we could not make these dusk inscription tools. So now that we are a tier 4 altar, we can now do that. Wonderful. There we go. So now in here, let's try that again. I think they go top and bottom. One of them either side, which is of course the tier 4 slate. That in the middle. Cool, we can now do, see there, the difference is that cannot place dusk runes, this one can. Wonderful. So now, if I go and make these into, yeah, I can do that, yeah, cool. I've made these now into ritual stones. So I need to save at least 4 of them, but the rest could make into ritual stones, I believe. I've done it the wrong way around again. I suck. It's official. Akko sucks. There we go. So that, and then because I'm probably making some more of these, I'm actually going to save that to there. And if I pick that back up and right click, should make me more of them. The only thing is, you can't tell how many it's making them for you. Not enough materials. What's missing? Has it eaten? Okay, there's an issue. It looks like it's consumed the orb. Right. I need to bug report that, I guess, and I need to make a new orb. I'll be back in a bit. I'll get these ritual stones made. It's a good start, isn't it? Okay, then I got a new orb made, and there we go. That's when you make the master stone. You need to put some of the ritual stones back in with some more obsidian, and this one has to be a tier 4 stone. The other ones can be made with a tier 3. The master stone, I believe, has to be a tier 4. That's tier 5. Eldritch, that's a forbidden magic. Look at that, tier 6. Ooh, we are on a newer version. We have updated the pack. Oh, Christmassy decorations here as well. Thank you very much. We are on a newer version of the pack, and I've not written down what the version is, which is terrible of me. But we are on the newer version of the pack, which is added. Actually, I wanted to show you something here. It's added. I'm going to let this make me hungry while I'm working here. Now I've laid out the pattern in the roof that I need to have a well of suffering. So that bad boy is going to go up there. Then I need to change this, and I never knew that if I shift click this can go backwards. No, if I shift left click, I mean, you can send this backwards through the rituals. So thank you very much, whoever told me that. I think it was Big Freaky Tony. Thank you very much, whoever told me that. Well of Suffering, there we go. So, Well of Suffering, this should all be correct. And we shall see, because when I activate this with... Oh, looks like I've lost my activation crystal when I died. There we go, look at that, I'm starving. Just don't want to show you. I think I'm going to die if I starve too much. We have got I think something called SOL. At the top right of my screen there, there's a thing called starving. Then the mana cookies fill me back to full, which is very nice. We have a thing called some kind of hunger mod that I think I've experienced before in a Blood and Bones pack. We've got some kind of hunger mod that makes it so that you starve and stuff. But because I've got mana cookies and because I've got thaumic cake, I'm not very much affected by it. But just so you know, it's in the newer version of the pack, we have added that. Now I think we may have added that as an optional. I don't think that's part of the mainline. So if you want nothing to do with that, I think you'd be alright by having nothing to do with that. Right, so we've got Well of Suffering. I need to make a activation crystal, which I believe is a lava crystal. Weak. There we go. I believe it's a lava crystal. Yeah, it is a lava crystal into the altar. So I need to go and make a lava crystal. I need to cut again. I apologise. I must have lost that when I died, or when I fell through the well the other day. Otherwise, that'd be in this. Is it in here? Let's do a quick check. Might be in here. I might be lying. Oh, I'm lying. Look at that. There it is. I nearly cut for no reason. What a noob. And now, boom. A rush of energy flows through the ritual. That's letting me know that it's activated correctly. And what I also want to do while I'm in there is, just in case I want to turn this off any time. It's a bit dark up there, isn't it? In case I want to turn this off any time. Wait. It's really dark up there. What's going on? I think I've timed out. No, that's because there's a bloody trapdoor there, isn't it? Fool. I can't actually put a lever on that because I've got a trapdoor there. I have to get rid of the trapdoor instead. Because you can actually see it better now anyway. But there we go. I can turn that off with a lever. Not that I really need to. Anyway, now because of that, what we can do is I want that is a zombie villager, and I'm going to cure him and make him into a villager because I found no villagers. I've got a reusable safari net in here with a witch in, and I've got one witch I trapped in a jailer safari net. So what we're going to use first, which has the door on. Looks like it's the back. What we're going to use first is boop. I'm going to bang a witch in there. And when this is turned on, that witch is taking damage. Cool. Now, it's not really doing much. Now look at Whaler there, it's just putting 10 in. Because all my ritual stones are self-sacrifice. So now I need to change all these out for sacrifice. I'm actually going to have to rebuild this place at some point because the tier 6 ritual is much bigger, I think. So this is a temporary place anyway now. But because of that, I need to work now. I need to use all these slates and make a load more slates and change all these to sacrifice stones. I will end up with 2 altars, but for now I'm just going to have the one. So that's one witch. We need to work on getting more witches, and for that I've made a Ender IO machine called a Soul Binder. Hello, Soul Binder. It's that guy, and I couldn't make that until I got an Enderman head. So after we did that trip to the end to kill Jean, I got some Enderman heads. Made that. Solarium's really straightforward. What we can do with that is I've got a bit more Solarium in here, I think. Yep. And if I combine that with some glass, got glass. Wonderful. I believe in it. This kind of pattern. No, I am wrong. I'm making things up. Soul Val. Has to be fused quartz. Interesting. Let's see if I've got any of that made. I don't think I have. I have got some made. Wonderful. Let's just have one of them for now because I'm tight. Bam. Soul Val. What we can do with that is with our captive witch in here. So I'm going to have to open the door and hope she doesn't kill me. Hello. Boop. Oh. It sucks her into it. I did not know. So no, I've not got a witch there. I thought it just, of course it takes a soul, of course it does. I thought you just clicked on it to say it. I knew that. I don't know why I can't get through anywhere. I've made a terrible place. So that's the way. It's only a jailer safari, that doesn't cost anything. But now I've got a soul vial with a witch in it, so she didn't last long, did she? I should have actually got the one out of the normal safari net, right? And now what I can do is with a broken spawner. So I've got a blaze one. I kind of want to keep these ones. I'll use a zombie one because I can always get another zombie one. There's plenty of zombies around. With a broken spawner and this soul vial and 15 levels, which I shall have to go get. Whee! 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can now set that spawner lag or ineptitude, take your pick. Use player XP, there we go. So that is going to work, and that is going to become a broken spawner for a witch. Now what I need to combine that with is a powered spawner. So I'll see what I'm calling them. Powered spawner, empty. So for that I need to make a couple of vibrant crystals, another frame. I need to get a Z logic controller, which I've got some of. Cool. So I shall get that made, and then I'll show you how we combine that, and then we'll move on to something else and come back to this at a later date. Okay, I'm such a noob, honest. I just died because I thought I got to share it with you because I'm such an idiot. I had the fallen canard on here, and to be honest, I've got that much natural regen. I've got that much sacrifice runes around this. It fills up in like 6 stabs of the knife, and my natural regen is quick enough to keep up, so I don't even need the fallen canard on there. So having the fallen canard on there means I don't get the hunger, because if you've got regen you get hunger. I was messing around with comparators and I just died because I got to 0 hunger. So if you look in the chat up there, there we go. I could have been able to starve to death. What a knob. So yeah, I was doing this wrong. I was trying to get a comparator signal out when I had stones in there. It turns out you only get a comparator signal out when you have got orb in there, which I did know, I just forgot. So I tried all that. So I was complaining. I think I complained a couple of episodes back that the comparators weren't working. Turns out they are. It turns out I'm a noob. Now what's also working is something else I can show you. Is if I get this thing here called a crystalline eye and click it on there, which I'd already done, but I've done it again. So that crystalline eye is, if you look at the info there, is now watching blood altar. What I can do with that is I can click it into this remote comparator from Automagy, and check this out. That is a comparator that doesn't have to be touching the block that it's looking at. How cool is that? Right, I'll get on. What I'm doing is I'm just making some more slates to get the sacrifice runes made. I'll be back and doing the normal, what I was carrying on with, in a bit. And I'm back, and this episode is quickly becoming the most mistakes in the shortest time ever. It's not just happening in game, it's happening in the real world as well. Just went downstairs, made a cup of tea and a sandwich. I cut twice as much cheese that I needed, and I made a cup of tea. I forgot to put the tea bag in. So I don't know what's wrong with me today. I have made 64 of these, which took me nearly all my gold. I'm getting low on gold. I've got 8 left to start the tier 5 layer, which I've not started yet, but I have changed all these now for runes of sacrifice, so now my altar gets very little blood from me. $200. My altar gets 200 blood from me, but it'd get a lot more from witch once we've got the witch in there. Now, also I want to mention, last episode I called that a slave ship a couple of times. I apologise for that. It's not a slave ship, it's a prison ship. There's a big difference. Prisoners have done something bad, like witches. Slaves are innocents, and the two should not be confused, and I apologise for calling it a slave ship. I do not condone slaving, but prisons are necessary. Right, anyway, just wanted to clarify that. So what we can do now is, in here I've got the bits ready to make a powered spawner. I've got no electrical steel in there. Have I failed again? I have failed again. Let's pretend that one never happened. There's some electrical steel, of course. And I need a skull. I thought I'd be something else then. I was panicking. I need a skull, so in you go, skull. There we go. And that gets me, boom, powered spawner. Excellent. And now this should have finished because it's been ages. So there we go, broken spawner. And that broken spawner is now a witch spawner, as you can see in there. And I get my soul bar back. Cool. So if I jump downstairs to the anvil, which is here, I can combine powered spawner with witch, and I'll just go get some levels. Powered spawner with witch spawner, with broken witch spawner, and that gets me a powered spawner that will now spawn witches. Excellent, so I've now got a witch spawner. How cool is that? Now what I need to do is grab some of these. Now these are still necessary. So I'm trying not to use manufacturer reloaded just because I overuse it a bit, and I'm trying to use different mods a little bit. Manufacturer reloaded is very good. It has these jail safari nets that of course mobs don't despawn out of. So right, I don't want to do this without killing myself. I want to set you to active with signal, and I want to put a lever on there. And I want to get a energy conduit. Cool, so I'm going to take this nice and easy. There we go. Should be putting power in there. Now the capacitors. Oh, so what's the options here? Spawn, capture. Interesting. So let's try and get one of these at a time. And I better get a nightmare mob. That kills me right in the face. Hello. Power's gone too quick. Is there a witch downstairs? No witch downstairs, no. I had an explosion. Must have just been a seed. Let's actually do the right thing there and power that via that, because that's going to make more sense, isn't it? So give me a witch, please. So now, if my witches do spawn, what's going on? Oh, spawned two. Of course it did. There's one captured. There's me poisoned. There's two captured. I suppose I could drink some milk. Never mind. Don't worry about it. So now I can spawn witches at will. So there was an issue where Sue, Dave's partner, couldn't get on, but the server went to peaceful, which would mean all my witches disappearing. And now at least, if that happens, because I'd rather my witches disappear and someone not be able to get on the server. There we go. If that happens now, what are you doing down there? Get her up. Fool. There we go. And that is not getting much at all, really, is it? 41. Yeah, it's getting some though, but it's automated, isn't it? So that's the key. And then let's put another one in here. There we go. We've got automated LP. Excellent. And now I'll move on to something else. So right, I'm gonna leave them guys there, and then when that's all sorted, I'm gonna fit a little bit of redstone using that comparator. I'm gonna fit a little bit of redstone to turn that ritual off when it's full. Not that it really needs to be turned off. It could stay as it wants. So let's capture a third one of these. It does take a lot of power, this, doesn't it? It certainly kicks out. Our two little zombie generators would not run this a long time, would they? To actually get mob drops, I'm going to make something with cursed earth and spikes, the extra utilities route. It takes a long time to kick them out. Huh. So yeah, that was it. That was a nightmare mob one. Right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So the next thing I want to do, and just really quickly, I just want to mention, I've been mining in a big hill. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. I've been mining in a big hill because I'm manually mining, and I made a sortie chest. Now, my sortie chest, I've linked a sortie bag to it. So when I'm out about in the world, if I get full, because I'm manually mining, I can throw things into that bag, and that's that chest there, which sucks things into my little automated processing system that just ends up putting ingots in there. So that's what's going on there, just in case you wondered. Alright, you go back in there, and oops. So right now then, we have done Willow Sufflin, we've done Soul Vial, terrestrial agglomeration node. That's towards getting an Alphan portal. Node stabilizer, quartz doubling. Let's do the quartz doubling now. I need to actually make something off camera for this that I've not made yet, but I can, in fact, just pinch this one for now. So there's nothing in there, is there? No. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to grab that. And what I've made is a couple of alchemical constructs. So they are in the alchemy tab, and they are over there. And it's these guys, alchemical constructs, and they've got a crucible, not on a furnace anyway. So I don't need that at all. I need 7 iron. 7 iron. I need to make that into a cauldron to place that, and then whack it with a wand. Boom. I thought this needed power. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. So yeah, I've made some of them guys, alchemical constructs. And that's not how you make them. Where does it show me how you make them? There it shows, that shows you in there, okay. So great wood, a couple of them V filters, some pipes, and down here, if we put this crucible underneath 2 alchemical constructs, you see I put there, then whack it with a wand. Bam. That needs a heat source under it, which I forgot about. So let me quickly run back up there and grab a night ore. I don't believe it needs water, but it does need a heat source. So night ore is always your safest heat source, especially if you've got a building with wood in it. Because these are carpenter's blocks wood, I don't think they'd burn anyway. But that's now got a heat source. Yeah, I don't think it does need fuel. No, it doesn't. I'm sure it doesn't. So what I can do now is I've got a hungry chest in front of this, and I've got a couple of essentia tubes either side. I brought my aqua warded jar down, and here I've got a jar full of vitreous, which was just 64 glass put through the furnace up there. This is very easily automatable, but I don't want to automate the getting of the essentia until I've got my Farmcraft AE system up. Now what I want to do is, why haven't you worked? No power. Why no power, guy? You should have worked. Do you not have anywhere to go? As if I'm doing this on camera. I've set that wrong, yeah. Okay. I need to, right. Stay on target. What am I doing? I need quartz. Where's my quartz? Not in there. I know where it is. It's up here. So now if I grab some certus quartz out of there, yeah, there we go. And jump down here, and if I put certus quartz in there, so I put 10 certus quartz in there, as you can see here, with 2 aqua and 4 vitreous, we can change one of them into 2. So all I need to do now is break the wall, put these water jars down here, and then I thought that should connect to there, but it does not look like it wants to connect, does it? So I maybe need a different kind of pipe. Oh, that one's connected. Why have you connected and not you? I'll click it straight onto there. Will that connect? Oh, it will not connect. So that one's connected. Sensor tube. Sensor tube. What's wrong with you? I broke that wall again. Okay, I have to work out why I've broken this. No, it really don't want to connect. As far as I understand it, that should connect to there. But, is it facing the wrong way? That picture should be on the front as far as I know. Let me... Catalogue of errors. I can go connect there, so there we go. And, okay, I put it on the wrong way, so it's coming outside. So what we should see... Oh, is there only one can go into each? Come on. And that should be going to the hungry chest, but my magnet's pulling it over here, isn't it? There we go. Now it's going to the hungry chest. Cool. So as you can see, we are doubling up our certus quartz. So mining quartz is not going to be an issue for me. Of course, I could double that back. I could pipe that round back into there. Sweet. So there we go. I've got doubled quartz. How's that? And as you see, it goes through that pretty quick. But once I've got my system set up, I can just pipe in reeds for the aqua and glass, which I auto create up in the farm up there for the thing. So I've started with 10 and I have got 26. Is that right? Cool. Okay, there's that bit done with a little bit of derping, but not as much as I expected. We have done quartz doubling. Right, I'm going to get a node stabilizer together. First of all, let's just make this terrestrial agglomeration plate. Now I want to move on with botania as well. So I've done a bit of blood magic, I've done a bit of thaumcraft, I've done a little bit of applied energistics, I guess. I want to do a little bit of botania now. So what I want to do is I want to make this guy terrestrial agglomeration plate. Now this is how we make terra steel, which is the green stuff. That's really good stuff. Now I don't want to be in here. I want to be over here. Yo, size. And as you can see, I've expanded a little bit off camera last night. I made some more Kekimuruses. I made them floating. So I've got 8 cake eating plants, which they're not actually eating any cake at the minute, but we shall fix that shortly. And here I've made a little checkerboard pattern of lapis blocks and living rock. And if I come over here, what do we need here? We need fire, air, mana, earth, water. Mana, fire, air, water, and earth. See, I had a lot of mana in my mana pool, so I went ahead and got a little bit of a stock of the runes that we're going to use a lot of. So I want to pull them out of the way, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in there is going to let me make that guy terrestrial agglomeration plate. Very nice. And what we do with that is that goes on here. Boom. Now that is what we use to make terra steel. I've also made another spark. Now that's linked to the sparks upstairs. So that mana pool is now linked to this. So this is getting mana from this mana pool here, because this has got a spark on it, and that's going down that. Right, so if I come down here then into my chest with my bits and bobs in, I can grab some mana diamonds, some mana steel, and some mana pearls, which is just stuff that I've thrown into the mana pools, of course. Ender pearls, diamonds, and iron thrown in. Don't fill, thank you. Thrown into the mana pools. And what I can do is, if I put one each of these on, 1, 2, 3, onto there, nothing's going to happen. What have I done wrong? Be right back. Oh, it was happening, but it was actually happening. There was just no graphic. I was expecting to see a graphic, and there was not one. So let's try that again. Each one of them uses half a mana pool, and that mana pool was full up there. So that should. I'll just throw them on the thing. 1, 2, 3. That should be working. It's just I'm not getting no graphic. So this should be going down. Oh. Updated that, and it's gone down, as you can see. There should be enough in there for a second one. If there's not, then it's going to fail. And it says I'm peckish. Top right, so I'll wait one of them. I should ready to back this up. Just quickly chuck my... Oh, it happened. There we go. We have got 2 terra steel ingots. Cool. Now we can make loads of things with these. One cool thing is a mana mirror, which I shall be making certainly. Armour I shall also be making, but that's going to take a bit of time. I can upgrade my ring to a band of mana, but you don't really need that if you've got the mana mirror. Terra Shatterer, I fancy one of them. But first of all, we need this guy, Elven Gateway core, and I also need 2 Natura Pylons for my Elven Gateway. So that is what I'm going to use the first 2 on. I'm going to use the first 2 on the pylons. So we've got the pattern for them in there as well. So in fact, the first 1 makes me the pylons. Cool, because you get 2 from 1. So there's 2. There's 2 Natura Pylons, nice and easy. And also, let's throw that living wood back in there. So let's use the second one. I'm making an Elven Gateway core. So I've just saved these recipes into this crafting bag earlier, so I didn't have to mess about too much on camera. And there we go. We can make an Elven Gateway core. And the other thing we're going to need is 3 of these glimmering living woods. And if we come up the stairs, so a little setup over here, what I can do now is I can put down the Elven Gateway core just there. It goes in the middle, and this is just normal living wood in the right pattern. And I can go bosh, bosh, bosh with them, and these Natura Pylons go on there, 1 on that mana pool, 1 on that mana pool, and that is ready. Once I can get mana into these pools, to be opened by clicking on there with a wand. And that will be a portal to Alfarm. So that's ready to go. I'm going to cut camera again. I'm going to see how much mana I've got over there. I don't think I've got the automated system to keep this open. But I might open it for a little bit, or I might just make some more terra steel. I still fancy the terra blade. Which, that guy, terra blade. And that only needs 2 of them. So I'll probably make 2 more of them. I'll probably finish this episode with a terra blade. Here we are then, back for the final bit for this episode. I'm just going to put some cake down for my Kikimoruses because they love the cake. Unfortunately, my mana spreaders are real slow at the minute because they're the basic ones, so I cannot really feed stuff very quick. I've used one. That's Kikimorus eating cakes. What calls that? Anyway, so that's filling this pool up. I did make 3 mana steel ingots, and as you can see, I've used one to make a terra blade. I've just got the recipe in here to show you. So there's a terra blade recipe. Of course, living wood twigs are just 2 living wood on top of each other. And the other thing I wanted to make was this guy, the mana mirror, which you may have seen me make yesterday on my other series. If you watched that, mana mirror, there we go. I've got one of them. So that's used up the 3 terra steel that I had. Now, what I can do with that is, if I right click onto this pool. Oh, I think it's maybe to fill up. That bar should have gone. It's doing something, isn't it? Maybe I haven't got enough mana in there yet to actually link that. What that'll do is that'll link this mana mirror to that pool, so I don't no longer have to carry a mana ring with me. Because let me do that instead. Let me do that. Throw you in there. Oh, sucks so much. Are you filling up? Or are you draining? You're filling up. Come on, fill up quicker. Come on. So that's nearly out. Let's try that again. I'm shift right clicking that to link it to there. That should be linking. Maybe it needs a full pool of mana to actually link up. Which, if that's the case, I've just wasted all the mana that I had. I'll see what's going on with that. I think that's eating mana to link up. It's stuck though. I don't know what's happened. Anyway, that's the basic setup with that. The terrace in the middle of camera because I wanted to enchant it just to show you what's going on with that. And I'll put my ring back. I've not got a lot of mana left in that ring, but Terra Blade's a real cool sword. But also when you left click, you've also got a chance to fire that and do damage, which is really cool. So I've got a sword which is also a range attack, and it happens quite often. Now what I've decided to do, I said I'm going to use Serenades of the Nether, and I'm not going to do it for my main mana production, but I've decided to actually use it for the portal, and just the portal. So what I've done is I've made a little setup under the portal here. And I'm going to need a activation crystal. Boom. So I've moved the portal, I've changed it around a little bit so that the mana pools are on this side, and what I've got underneath is a little hidden room here. There we go, with just a Serenade of the Nether and 4 flying fairy lilies in there, and I'm just going to have this purely for keeping the portal open. So because I know this is a real reliable source, that's not going to run out. My cake system, when I've got it up and running, I may run out of one of the components for the cake, I don't know. So especially this new hunger mod looks like it may be reducing the amount of seeds you get from farms. It may be reducing the speed that farms grow at, because they don't seem to be growing at all, or very much at all. So that's been on 864 plus 24 for the last at least hour and a half. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the hunger mod's damaging farms. I might be talking balls. I do not know. Anyway, if we activate this, there we go. Now I've linked these to two to each. So you can link flowers the same way as you link your mana spreader. So just right click on the flower, right click on the target, and you saw a little beam there. So I've got 2 feeding that one and 2 feeding that one. I'll change them to elven spreaders when I get them, and eventually to Gaia spreaders. What I can do now is, well, what I can't do now is, once these pools are at a decent fill level, I can right click on there with my Wonder of the Forest, and next episode you will see that I have got a portal to Alfarm, and we'll do a little bit with that. Main thing I want to focus on next episode, I think, is starting to get a decent energized node for my main Thaumcraft area. Now I've got these 6 here. This is the old school way of doing it, I guess we can call it now. I've got 6 on the basic node stabilizers. I want to make a upgraded node stabilizer, which is what some of them bits there are for. That's for actually the transducer bit that goes on top. And in the place down here, I've got things ready for next episode to have a go at making a advanced node stabilizer. But that's got a dangerous amount of instability, so I might not have enough candles and stuff like that, so it might get a bit messy. Right, and then that's going to go there, and I'll build a big node here. Is what I want to have. I want to have a nice big node here for feeding machines and stuff down here in the actual proper Thaumcraft area. This, by the way, is someone commented in the last video. I apologise, and I couldn't reply to because of your Google settings. But some people, I couldn't reply to some comments because of Google settings, I think. Someone said that I should have done some of this on camera. Yeah, I apologise. All this is chisel carpet, and you can change the colour of it. It has a built-in pattern, and that's just, I've made them carpenter blocks with lights in them, which is why the pattern alternates a little bit. But I've done it the same pattern as I've put the pedestals in here. See, if you break one of these, you get the pattern edging. There you go. See it? Bit of block lag there. You see the pattern edging pops up, so you can actually create patterns using, they're just covered carpenter blocks, so it creates the pattern bit. The walls are a chisel block called Tyrian, which I use quite a lot. And these dark bits, this is smooth blackstone. I plan to have all skulls and stuff in the ones around the altar here. I don't know what I'm having the ones in here, but this is where my AE system and stuff's going to be, this side. And then I've got 2 more sides I can create if I need more space once I've got stuff in that one. That's the crack with that. I've got some bits in there for where I've been making cakes. Cool. I'll leave you there. Thank you as always for watching. Merry Christmas. I'll do this is going on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.